Okay, these instructions are for creating a simple curve in Visio. Specifically, this one we're going to do an increase in demand curve. And the first thing we're going to do is come over to the template categories, double click on business, and I will try to speed through this so it's not too long. And then we're going to go to the top row and go to charts and graphs, double click that, and that brings up our drawing paper. So at this point, I'm going to want to go ahead and save as. And the default is for it to save. The format is called VSD, which is Visio's format. And we want to save it that way the first time so that we have something that we can alter later. But at the end, I'm also going to change it or save it as a JPEG or something else that's better to work with. And I'm just going to call this tutorial curve. Okay. All right. The next thing we're going to do is grab all the pieces we need for the drawing. So we can just come over here to the charting shapes and grab an XY axis, drag it over and just drop it anywhere in the middle. And that's very small. I can't work with that. So I'm going to go to view and change the zoom it to 100% so I can see. Okay. And now we want to change these labels on the side. I believe for the demand curve, the increase in demand curve, this is price. So you click it one time and then just start typing. Oh, oops. Let me back that up. Ah, okay. Just start typing immediately. Don't try to double click. If you do, it just takes you down to the X axis. And then come to this one, click it one time and start typing. And this, I think, is quantity. Okay. And now we need a curve. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm sure there are like 500 different ways you could be doing this. I haven't looked at instructions. This is all me just poking around, so you might find a better way, but I used this exponential curve last time, and I think the shape worked out fine for what we did. So we're going to use that again for this one. I'm just going to drop it there, and it's not going the right direction. So I'm going to come up here and grab the handle until the rotate shape symbol shows up, and then you just press down on your left mouse and turn it around until it's I think that's about the shape. We're going to say it is. You can make it any way you want. I don't even know if we'll have to do one of these again. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to grab the corners and just make it bigger so that it fits the frame a little better. And move it over. That might be a little too big because we're going to make another one next to it. We'll scrunch it down a little bit. And then I'll just pull it down to the bottom. Okay, and I don't want this text box that it came with it, so I'm going to select until it highlights that and hit the space bar one time. It'll delete all the text, and then just click anywhere outside of that. And so now we have one curve. You could do it just like this, but I have to format everything because I just do. I have to change it, like the colors and all that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You'll click the line again, right click, go down to format, and go to line. Whoops, I lost it. There it is. Go to line, and I'm going to make it maybe 3 point, and I'll leave it that blue. And as you can see, there's lots of customization for the lines. You can make it like any way you like. But that's fine for now, so I'm going to hit OK. So I have one of the curves. That doesn't look the right shape anymore, does it? Might have to, well, it'll be okay. We're going to make one more so that we can show that when you increase the demand, it shifts to the right. So I'm going to right click and copy and then click anywhere else and paste it. It won't paste in the same, you're going to have to turn it around no matter where you stick it. So just stick it anywhere for now. And then pull it down here. And sometimes you might have to swirl it around again and all that, but this time it did what I wanted it to, so that's good. And in the book, they did this line was dashed, so we're just going to go ahead and do that again. So I want to go to format again, so I'm going to right click go down to Format, Line, and you go up to Dash Type as the very first one, and just pick whichever one you want and hit OK. And I'm going to turn these just a little bit. That looks good. Okay. The next part, I want to draw a little arrow in between these so that I can show that it's shifting. So for that, I'm just going to go to the Home tab, and there are little drawing tools. Like that's where your pointer is. We're going to go to this one where it shows the rectangle. Click the arrow and click on a line. And now you're going to come down here and just drag a little line in between those and let it go. And then right now we have the line, but I want an arrow. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to format that. Where is it? Oh, right up here you can see that they have different arrow shapes. Pick the arrow that you would like, the point, and just click it. And then you have your arrow. Now I'm going to go back. I have to hit pointer tool again so that I don't keep making arrows everywhere. And click somewhere over there. So now we basically have the curve, we have the arrow. If you want to put the little, you could just grab a shape and make the little dots here, or you can grab this data point and just stick that there. If you want to do, in our book it showed like the A and the B, and this is very large, so I'm going to make it smaller, and then I'm going to right click and make it the whole thing black, because right now it just has a red outline. So I'm going to go to Format on that one, and I'm going to go to Fill, and I'm going to make the whole thing black, and hit OK. So now we have one, and that's big, but I'm not going to, I just want to make this video quick. So I'm going to very quickly come over here, copy it, and then I want to do one on the other. So I'm going to paste, and you can just move that wherever you need to, so that it's on the line and they're somewhat aligned. And then I had an A and a B. For that, I used the text tool. So bring that down and just draw a little tiny box. And you can type in, your A, and over here, whoops, it's going everywhere. Okay, and on this one you can do the B. And that's basically it. If you want to, I labeled the bottom, the demand, that's way too big for text box. If you want to do that again, to get the subscript for these, I did D1 and D2. So this one would be like D2, and then you would select that 2, right click, and go to Font, and then you would go to Position, Subscript. Okay. So then you can see that's how you would do the D1, and you could do the D1 over here, but I'm going to make this short. The last thing I would do is probably just come up here and do a big text box and make the title. And that's it. And you can go through and format, make things different colors or whatever you would like to do to it, but that's pretty much how you would do any kind of curve. So, you can, whatever these instructions are, you could apply to whatever else you're probably going to do. So, and that's pretty much it. And then you just go back over here. I'm going to save it because I already have, it's in the VSD right now. And then I'm going to save as, and I want to change the type to JPEG, and then you'll have it as a picture so you can insert it into your Word document or whatever your other document you're working with, and click Save. And that's it.